Hello, and welcome to The Art Will Not Be Changing. Yes, I'm going to keep doing the eyeglass joke every episode. Why? I don't know. It means the shit out of me. Now, you may also be wondering, why is he wearing that hat again? He wore that hat last week. A lot of guys wear hats to cover up the fact that they're going bald. I have the opposite problem. I need a haircut. So there you go. Here, it's eternally on the internet now. But I'll get a little bit more self-respect by putting this back on. Who am I? I'm Christian DeMatteo, co-founder of Fugitive Poems Comics and the host of our show, The Art Will Not Be Changing. And tonight we've got some really cool guests. I can't wait to introduce you to them. You saw the title. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist the Red Hot Chili Peppers reference. I know Casey is out there somewhere pissed at me, the head of the Comic Jam, because he hates the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I love them. So we've got a group on tonight doing an anthology called Blood Coven Moon Magic, and it looks freaking awesome. I can't wait to talk about them, but I can wait so that I can hump my stuff first. You know, it's only fair. It's my fucking show. So what I did tonight for this 8 to 9 o'clock period, Eastern Standard Time, in other words, if you're watching live, Blood Valkyrie in Vegas, lettered by one of our guests tonight, Mr. Tom Lynott. Usually $4.99, only $3.99 on discount right now at fugitivepoems.com. River, usually $4.99, only $3.99 right now for this hour at fugitivepoems.com. And Containment Breach Volume 4, this beautiful 180-page anthology full of incredible work, including work by Tom Lynott, the letter who'll be on our show tonight, is absolutely amazing. It's full of wild, crazy, shocking, bloody, darkly funny, strangely funny, sci-fi and fantasy. $29.99 normally, only $24.99. And if you order any or all of these, if you order any one of these, you will get the Fugitive Poems sticker, which I have now. I put it in another room. I have put on my Yeti. I have put on my children. It's all over the place. It's great. It's a cool picture. James Lyons drew it. I was going to give Tom Lynott credit for this again. James Lyons drew it. Is his painting. I See You. And Evan Knapp, our good friend, put it together, put the sticker together. If you order all three of these, you will also get one of these incredible throwback parental advisory stickers that you're going to want to put on your forehead if you're me, but you can put it in all kinds of places. And those of us who know and remember Tipper Gore will know and remember. So right now, 1 hour, the story of a young girl that goes to a party that turns into a satanic blood orgy. The story of a drug dealer who gets his hands on a time machine and proceeds to utterly fuck the universe. And an anthology full of some of the absolute wildest, darkest, and most funny sci-fi and fantasy you'll find anywhere. The good news, I wrote most of the stuff in there. So I'm pretty excited about that. Before we bring them on, I have one more thing to talk about. I have something very cool, in fact. We are going to take a look at, I don't know how many of you like to ski, and Lord knows the season's almost over, but Kieran Colleran, who happens to be my brother-in-law, so there's total nepotism involved here, has put together a store with ski designs that happen to all also be puns. So if you're a fan of skiing, which I am not, or a fan of puns, which I am, that's a gondola on the left there. Right, you get that? Seeing double black diamond, right? If you're into skiing, you get some of that. These are beautiful, beautiful designs. I love this 6-pack, and keep tips up. There's some great stuff here. We got a ski ninja. They're fun, they're wild, they're beautiful, and they're not very expensive. Kieran does a beautiful job with the designs. You can get them on t-shirts, on hoodies, and if you order right now. If you order from Kieran right now, I will make him buy me beer for talking about this on my show. And I know that you want me to have more beer. So this is The Art Will Not Be Changing. That was me humping all kinds of awesome stuff that you want. And now we're going to talk Blood Coven Moon Magic. we're going to bring on the editor-in-chief, William Montalvo. We're going to bring in Sterling, who didn't put his last name there, and I can't remember. I apologize.
Sterling Martin.
It's Sterling Martin, writer, artist, and editor. And we're going to bring on the afore multi-mentioned Tom Lynott.
There he is.
Oh, guys, welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have you here. You guys gave me, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, a digital copy of the book, and I have been pouring through it. The stories are great. As you know, I know a little something about anthologies, and I'm going to want to talk to you guys about putting together an anthology, or if you want to be pompous about it, curating an anthology. So that's something that we're going to want to talk about as well. What you've done, the flow. James and I always talk about it as being like a mixtape. And you got to figure out the right direction to do everything, to put it in, right? The right music, the right pages. So I want to talk to you guys about all that. But we have Evan asking if I have anything with kittens. I have for kittens, but I don't have any kittens. Ina said, here, give me enough dopamine to clean my kitchen. Thanks. We will do that. This is dopamine drug dealing supply house.
Yes.
So, gentlemen, the book is Blood Coven Moon Magic. Before I ask you anything else, tell me about that title. How did that happen?
The process of selecting the title was pretty complicated. We basically went through a lot of rounds. And it was actually suggested by Mike Kranz, who wrote the stories in the kind of sort of main stories that introduce all the other stories. So we have kind of like a crypt keeper sort of situation where we have a host, a group of hostess, and they sort of introduce everything that's going on. And we wanted sort of a name that tied to that. And so Blood Coven Moon Magic was the most popular and effective one that we came up with.
I love it. For the longest time, I thought it was just Blood Coven because that's the short you guys talk about it. Then I saw the cover and I'm like, wait a minute, there's a lot more here. Blood Coven Moon Magic is such a cool name. Guys, by the way, while we're talking about this, I have put the link to the Kickstarter in the chat. Now, we haven't gotten to the Kickstarter yet in our conversation, but you can jump ahead, get there, and order the damn thing right now. And we'll talk about all the cool stuff, all the cool tiers. But it would be awesome if when we got to that part of the show, you were popping in the chat telling us what tiers you have already backed. And that's what we're looking for here. So we've got not Blood Sugar Sex Magic, but Blood Coven Moon Magic. And it's got, I love the idea that it's got the Tales from the Crypt Keeper type feel. This is the Three Witches, right?
Yep.
Any Macbeth reference here or any nod to that?
I don't think purposely, but it just ends up that way.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the idea that was it Mike and Tyler that wrote the characters?
Yeah.
Yes, Mike and Tyler, they wrote the sort of Three Witches stories, and they also wrote there's some small kind of snippets of stories called the Morning Brew Terrors that add a little bit of more character to the sort of the theme. But yeah, this was basically Mike's story based on a really cool art by Cat Milo as well for the design of the witches, and you can also get really cool bookmarks and stuff featuring all three of the witches. So yeah.
I was looking at that, and Cat Milo's work is beautiful.
Yeah.
The Three Witches, do they tell the stories, or do they? You know what I'm thinking about looking at Tom Lynott? One of my favorite Ray Bradbury books is The Illustrated Man.
Oh yeah.
And the concept behind that is that as when he sleeps, his tattoos come alive, and each tells a different story, right? Do the witches bring about these stories? Are they involved in these stories, or are these things they see in their cauldron or their tea leaves, or how are the stories connected to the witches?
Basically, they sort of share these stories to kind of, as part of their sort of ritual and bonding and as part of their coven, basically.
Okay.
But they're not directly tied to the stories, although they sort of use them as kind of like their sort of magical expression, I guess.
Oh, all right, very cool. All right, and this carries through to the end of the book.
Yes, we wanted a way to tie in all these different stories that people had written, because it was an anthology, and we didn't really initially have like a theme for it. We had lots of different ideas that writers had submitted, and sort of we needed a way to kind of bring it all together. And the witches, because people love Crypt Keeper sort of hosts for these kinds of horror pieces, it would just seem like a good idea.
And
I love it.
it kind of breaks it up with some campy humor,
Yeah.
because the witches all are kind of jokey, and it makes it kind of a fun in between some kind of heavy horror stuff.
I noticed that, and I like that. Again, that's that mixtape element, right?
Mhm.
Mark Capitelli says the witches that'll get you. And if you have any idea what that's a reference to, then you have the cassette somewhere that everyone else has forgotten about. I'm going to wait and see if anyone in the chat or if any of you guys know what he's referencing. But anyone in the chat, feel free to holler it out. I'll say later. I'm not a hipster. I'm not going to keep it to myself.
Okay, so one thing, can I interject here? One thing that William and Sterling are not telling you about these three witches is that they're three hot witches. They're not haggard witches, okay? So if that's important, which it is to some of us,
It is.
these witches are hot, okay? Just saying.
And we're going to show that soon. There's one of them that I'm amazed her back doesn't snap supporting herself. And I was very pleased with that.
Well, Tom, you don't know that. They could be under a spell that's keeping them hot.
Yeah.
Because they are many hundreds of years
They're extremely sketchy.
Not my problem. Hey, not my problem. I'm just telling you the way I see it,
I'll accept the glamour. That's fine. I'll go with the fake. It's like the Matrix. I'll take the blue pill and assume they're hot. Mark says, if you guess the reference, you'll be my instant friend. So we've got this book. You come up with this framing device, more than a framing device. My friend Brian Beardsley has a series called Weird Stories, and his Crypt Keeper is a ghoul named the Conductor. So he has him introduce every story. I love that stuff. I think it really ties the room together. To quote the Big Lebowski. So you guys, William and Sterling, have you guys worked together before?
Yes, we had a previous anthology. It was actually by the group called Panelsmiths, but the anthology was Cosmic Journeys, and it was a sci-fi, project made by a different editor and a different co-editor. That project was really cool. We definitely learned a lot from that to kind of improve on the second round. It's always a process. And I've also, over the years, seen Sterling make lots of cool stuff as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, I've seen all you guys make cool stuff over the years.
Yeah.
How did you two get to know each other?
In a comics class. I think that's how we all met, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
most of us did comics experience classes. Comics experience is a great comic school. It's online. It's run by Andy Schmidt and Gamal Hennessy right now because they merged their two companies together. And I think now they're doing more of an on-demand format than what they used to do. But I think they're still doing live classes every once in a while.
Yep.
Tom, I was going to ask you next how you met these gentlemen. I didn't realize it was at the same time.
Yeah. So comics experience is where I took my lettering class with Sean Reinhardt. And the cool thing about this anthology is both Sean and I have stories in the book that we lettered. So I think that's kind of cool. But it was probably the one-shot class. Were all three of us in the one-shot class?
I think
Yeah,
so.
that was it.
Okay. So there was a class, excuse me, it was a writing class actually, where we learned how to write a script for, is probably what, a 22-page comic, a 22-page one-shot. And you, Christian, you have seen my script, I believe, for that class. It's my Astrum Antiqua. I don't know if you remember. Yeah. It's been years.
It's now. The one where the guy wanders into the satanic session.
That's it.
I love that script.
That's the one. That was the one that I wrote for that class. Yep. And it's still on my computer. But yes.
This is wild. All three of you. I am single talented. I'm very proud of my writing ability, whether I should be or not. I am. But William, you are an artist and a writer. Sterling, you're an artist and writer, and Tom, you are a letterer and a writer. this is so incredible. What, Sterling, tell me a little bit about which direction do you lean in more, or is it an equal thing?
I don't know. I think I'm a better writer than I am an artist. That's my opinion. But yeah, I think I do art to get it done. So like, if I want to get my story told, I was like, well, I better be able to draw it myself, I guess. So I kind of learned that route, it seems like. But that's kind of the case with a lot of stuff. I used to be in theater too, and I learned to be an actor so I could like do theater.
Got it. Yeah. With the old fuck it, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got Carmen Ramal saying Sterling's art is so good, though.
It is.
Aww.
It
Thank
is really good.
I would love. I wanted to be a comic artist first, and then discovered I sucked. I wish that I could like work on it at least to become, but I've got zero talent for it. I think it'd be so cool to be able to write something and draw it in the exact style I had in mind and churn it out that way. But thank God I found James Lines and a number of other great artists. But James and I work on all my biggest stuff because without the comic artist, where are you? And William, what about you? Art or writing or both?
I studied illustration in a university, and then I went to be a concept artist for a while, and then I kind of realized I really just want to make comics. Sort of learning to write was kind of initially just a weird idea I had of like, what if I went to a writing class to get hired by some of the students in the class? And I ended up actually kind of liking the writing as well. Although lately I've been more focused on the art. I feel like it's the strongest part that I can do. And it's the best contribution I can make usually. So yeah.
Excellent. And Tom, your combination is actually pretty funny because it's entirely word based.
Yep.
You're seeing the words as well as writing them. Have you lettered your own stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I letter all my own stuff, which is great because you know how it is. You write the script, you give it to an artist, and you get the art back and you go, oh, okay, that's a really good way to interpret my script. 99% of the time, it's what I get back from the artists I work with. It's better than what I had put on paper. And then I'll look at them and go, now I need to change. Changing the words is easy. The ones that I've written after I see the art, and I'll be like, nah, I don't think this really fits this way now. And it's easy for me to finish up. I like starting and finishing the story. The art, I'll hand that off to, there's so many talented, awesome artists out there. They can take my script and run with it, and I'll come up behind and do what I can with it to make it work.
It's always my fear is that you're going to come up behind. By the way,
okay.
Mark Capitelli wants to know when you're coming back to New York for a visit.
We will be there just before the 4th of July.
Oh
yeah, we're coming out. Oh, hell yeah. We're going to be out there somewhere between probably between the 24th and July 4th, June 24th to July 4th, somewhere around there. We'll be there.
There's Mark's reaction.
With
and
the whole
mine
family.
as well.
You get to meet
Mark
the whole family
also
this time.
hollering for us to show the art. So let's do that. So let's take a look at this book now. Getting a sense of how you guys came to it and what you do. And you've gone up about $100, by the way, since the last time that I checked.
Oh, cool.
And this was only this. So, folks, this is live right now, in case you haven't noticed. And today was only the soft opening, right?
Yep.
So this is beautiful. Here we have. I'm scrolling on the wrong page. We have this very cool montage, but check here are hot witches in silhouette. 3 witches, 17 nightmares, 1 blood moon. How many creators are involved in this book?
I had the number. Tom also wrote me the number recently, and it's like 27, I think.
That sounds about
right.
That sounds good.
Yep.
We've got Dracula entering the chat with a good evening. Hello, Ryan. So this is chock full of incredible people. Some of whom may be on here right now. Let's scroll down a little bit and meet the witches. And who did the art for the witches?
That was done by Kat Milo. She's a
Yep.
New Zealand artist. And yeah, she designed them and did all the illustration for the pages.
So interesting. There's like an Art Deco meets Egyptian hieroglyph meets something else vibe, Nouveau Art vibe to it, and I love it. It's got
such a cool
such
style.
character to it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Her style is so cool. Like it's just very, very stylish and cool.
And it's so cool that the three witches each have their own style. Like they each could come from a different comic.
They're totally different. All three are totally different.
Oh man, I love it. And here we have the picture I was referring to earlier. She is going to fall over. But wonderful. And this is Cat Milo as well. And then we get to see some other art. Tell me about, are these several pages from the book?
Yeah, these are different stories. The first one is for the Gram. The second one is, I believe, Purple Church. The other one is Becky's Bells, and the last one is that one's called
Precipice of Purple, I think.
Precipice of Purple. Yeah, Precipice of Purple.
Oh wow, it's the existential dread story from Prince. The Precipice of Purple.
Right.
Very cool. Well, and I think that if we track down further, well, Mark had the right analysis of the previous image. Holy gazongas.
Yeah, I think there we were just trying to show some of the variety of the art. There's such a wide variety that it's all very unique.
What spell did she put on that bra? I need someone to cast it on my belt. So let me ask you. I gotta ask. Look at this. Oh well, I should have known. It's Rob Toll art.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, who else? Rob Toll is working with us on a comic series right now with the terrific writer Rufus Black. And man, this guy can scare the shit out of you with his pencils.
Yep.
And it's written by Carmen White, who I believe is also another jammer.
Yep.
Charity Barry says, "Are the purple things eating people?" As in purple people. Wait, purple people eaters. I'm forgetting a word. What was that song?
One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater.
It is. That's it. Well, thank you, Tom. So you got Rob Toll in here. And if we scroll down, we've got even more images. I love this Let's Cook Friends, by the way. These are the bookmarks that you get with the right tier, correct?
Yeah. These are the bookmarks. They're really nice. Just the art, really cool.
And here we have, by the way, who designed your logo? I love this.
So a lot of the graphics for the logo were designed by Mike Krantz, who's also the writer for the Witches story. And he did lots of variations, and we came up with lots of really cool designs for this. So yeah.
Great. Well, I absolutely love this. Tell me about this image. I see the Mothman by Victor Farrow, and I do love the Mothman.
That
this
one
part of the story?
Victor is a friend of mine. We worked on some stuff together, and I got him to do that one as a commission for me, as a companion piece to my story, which is about the Mothman. And he gave us permission to sell it on our campaign. So that was really nice of him. And it's an exclusive piece that you can only get here. And he is blowing up right now. He'll be at C2E2 in a few weeks here in Chicago. And everybody should go check out his work because it's just amazing.
This is stunning. It is stunning. It's atmospheric. It has an old-fashioned eerie magazine feel to it, even while it's a completely new and gorgeous design. This is, I'm not familiar with the artist, and I'm going to need to look further.
You need to be, because he is great.
Yeah.
Mark says that song is stuck in his head, and he's dancing. And then Ryan says cannibalism, funny. It's very. All right, so we go down a little further, and I love this. I found myself thinking instantly of Alice in Wonderland in a really messed up scenario. That kitchen is, it needs to be cleaned. Who is this from?
That's me.
That's Sterling.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sterling, you started drawing so that your stories could get made faster. Is that what you said? And this is where you ended up. This is magnificent.
Thank you. Yeah.
Holy crap.
I don't know. I just really got into digital art in the last few years and just kind of just kept pushing it.
Listen, I'm not an artist, but I want to write, so I'm going to scribble out a little something. This is phenomenal. I am completely taken aback by this. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. All right. Great. And that's for your story, or one of the witches?
My interpretation of one of the witches, the Martha Macabre witch. I just love the design so much that I was like, I have to draw this.
Well, that kitchen is magnificent. I love the insinuation of what's going on there.
It was a lot of effort.
And this is one of the things that I love. I had to, for the cover of the show, for the ad for the show, go with this character. This ever since the Korn album Issues, where there was a messed up teddy bear on the cover, is amazing. Yeah, Tom knows. Yep. It's amazing what you can do when you sort of destroy childhood beauty. And this, I was really struck by that image of him crawling forward. Now, and I'm looking at this picture. What's going on with this story?
This is Patch's Rebellion. It's written by Michael Barone, and basically it's kind of like an interesting sort of really messed up sort of a Toy Story situation. But yeah, I don't want to reveal too much about it, but yeah, it's one of the most fun stories. I definitely really enjoyed it, and the art's really cool. There's also a little pinup in there for this story, so yeah.
Well, the artist is Jack Fantome, and
Yep.
You cannot go wrong with Jack Fantome. If you broke both his arms and all his fingers, he'd still draw something that shocked you and amazed you. Sabina says, OMG, you guys are inspiring me to clean my kitchen. Dopamine delivered. You're not going to clean your kitchen, and you're right. Have some ice cream and chat with us. Great, absolutely gorgeous. And then we have a very traditional. I love the brains. I see that. What was I going to say? I see that Matteo Maciorowski did the art here. Is this a traditional zombie story? A take on a zombie story?
So these are kind of like the kind of secret tie-in story that is happening through the anthology. It's called Morning Brew Terrors. It's another kind of Mike Krantz idea, and yeah, it's kind of like a cool sort of more background on like what's happening with the world of the witches a little bit.
Great. Oh, this is so cool that's running right through it. Beautiful image here. I see that the art is by oh my gosh, what a team! Fern Lamb wrote it. Sonia Kinsey did the art, and Tom Lynott did the letters. What a freaking team. Sonia Kinsey can draw a horse like nobody's business, but obviously she can draw anything else either. And Fern Lamb is also an excellent artist and a terrific writer. This is exciting. What a great combination of folks on that story. This image caught me earlier. Tell me about what's going on in this image.
Well, this is, yeah, if you want to go, Sterling.
I was just going to say this one is one of my favorites because when I first saw it, I didn't understand it, and I still don't understand it, but I like it more and more every time I look at it. It's a very short kind of, it's almost like a little vignette, but I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to give it away what's going on.
Right. So
yeah, it's definitely one of the creepiest stories in the collection, and it's why I chose this one for the image, the sort of cover image. So yeah, definitely a really cool one.
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say I really dig this story. It's a silent comic, and it may sound weird coming from a letterer, but I love comics with no dialogue. There might be a couple of SFX in this story. I don't remember at the moment, but this is my favorite. I absolutely love this story. The images are disturbing. Mm-hmm. It's a silent comic, and this one's freaking amazing.
So disturbing comes up. This leads me to the question that I wanted to ask all three of you about putting together an anthology. We just saw a great zombie shouting brains. I mean, classic gag, right? We've got these three, maybe or maybe not hot witches.
They are.
We've got this messed up story about the teddy bear, and we seem to be fluctuating. How dark did you decide it was okay to go? How light did you decide it was okay to go? And how did you balance that flow?
I think the primary thing we had decided it wouldn't go like insanely violent or super dark, but the main thing we were looking for was just stories that were written well, that had good quality art. So we didn't want to go like insanely gross, but sometimes it did get a little bit gross as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there was anything really that came up that we had to deal with, but I feel like when we were discussing it that we did feel like there was a limit where we would draw the line of like, okay, we don't want to get into anything that's too disturbing or offensive, I guess maybe.
Mhm.
I can't remember those conversations right now, but I know that we did draw a line at some things.
Where do you draw that line?
That's a good question.
About subjective. How did you guys define it?
I think a lot of the conversation initially was sort of like, are we going to go R or are we going to go like super, is there going to be nudity? And I think we kind of ended up pretty much R rated, I guess, if you're saying it in movie terms. But yeah, I mean, we definitely had some discussions about content, especially around marketing it as well, because we didn't want like anything to be so gross that it would turn someone off just from the marketing without even them seeing the actual content of the book. But I think if you've seen through it and it's pretty like a good sort of balance of like scary and gruesome and disturbing, but at the same time kind of like approachable.
Tom, how do you feel looking at the flow? So William and Sterling, I'm assuming it was the two of you that really put it together as far as the flow went. Tom, how does it work for you? How does the flow? Why does the flow work?
The flow. It's so they broke the book up into, I believe, is it three sections? Okay, so it's really cool. You have like section 1. There's a page that shows items from each story that's in that section, and it's kind of like one of the witches introducing. Here's a list. Here's the stories that will be coming up next, and here's a few items like their charms. There we go, like witches' charms that are images from these stories. And then, so then you read. Let's see, what is there? 17 stories. So let's say there's 5 or 6 stories each. And then you go, the next witch introduces the next 5 or 6 stories. And she shows little charms or images, important images to each story in that section of 5 or 6 stories. So that's how the book was basically set up, which is.
So there's a thematic divide.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And I realize what I'm looking at right here is a William Montalvo.
This is my story.
Tell me a bit about the story.
Well, I wanted to combine stuff that I really wanted to draw. And I wanted to kind of try the style of just only using black and white with kind of a grayscale. And I'd used grayscale before, but I hadn't used this kind of brushier look. And it was kind of an experiment. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out, but yeah.
I love it. I love this image. That second image of her floating combined with that first image, grounded and in bed, to abstract, surreal, and terrifying, is a beautiful combination of panels. And the shadow work on the silhouette on the creature is magnificent. Really great stuff. Folks, I just put the Kickstarter link back in the chat in case you missed it before. And I really want you guys to jump on this. This is a cool project. And look at this. We've got. We're doing a little copyright infringement here. What's going on with this?
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
It'll be fine.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Christian. Thanks.
Don't look here.
Yeah,
It's
nobody from Lucasfilm was coming after us.
What's going on here?
this is a really cool story. It's kind of like taking you back to, sort of a 90s kind of environment or 80s environment. And yeah, basically, yeah, basically this is kind of like a sort of a haunted location, and you learn how progressively like insane it is as you go on, and it gets really trippy. This is one of the really fun stories, I think.
I like that. I like when the stories go into an absurdist or surrealist direction. That it's not done enough, and when it is, it's not always done well. We've got another story from Mike Krantz with art by William. Now, the connections, the streaming off connections of the dead are magnificent. What is this? Another connective story or charm story?
No, this one is a standalone story. It's kind of like a revenge situation, and it was a lot of fun to work with. And I think we actually made the story before even the anthology started, and then Mike was like, "Oh, we have this story. We should put it in the anthology." And I was like, "All right, yeah." So,
That's great. That's great. Now, what time period does it? Actually, the main character's wearing a flannel shirt. Am I right? Okay.
Yeah,
For a minute, I thought it was from the hair. I thought maybe it was like a Knight's Tale. But now I realize he dresses the way I do because I'm in my 40s. Great. So he's got that 90s spirit. That pleases me. And as we go through, we say, look at this. This is Sterling. Sterling, look at I love them descending on the house.
That's my take on the Mothman.
That's cool.
Okay. That guy bottom left on the ground and reaching is tremendous. To me, it's the most frightening out of all of them. Oh, wonderful. This is great. And we look through this book, folks, and you see that you're getting so much. How many pages is this book?
it's 148 pages, I believe.
I mean,
total,
that guy.
Including the covers, yeah.
That's phenomenal. Now, I recognize this right off the bat. Tom Lynott and Gabe Martini. This is an amazing story. I read it a while ago as a script. I watched it to come together. Gabe Martini is one of my favorite artists. In fact, is it this book? Yeah. Gabe Martini has the first story in both volumes 3 and 4 of Containment Breach. And I'll show you that. And he is a tremendous talent. And when he and Tom put their heads together, they came up with a beautifully fucked up story. Tom, tell us a little bit about this story.
So, as you know, Christian, I'm a huge Clutch fan, the band. And they have a song, one of my favorite songs of theirs. It's called Immortal. It's off of Pure Rock Fury, one of their albums. And I, just for the heck of it, I thought, I'm going to see if I can write a story and put as many lyrics from this one song, or at least words from this one song, into it and still have the story make sense. And so that's exactly what I did. And I think the result turned out pretty good.
It is great. It's got a couple of shocking, beautiful images that go along this really intense and interesting story. I have been waiting for the world to see this story, and I'm so excited about it. Folks, between William's art, Sterling's art, their stories, and Tom Lynott's story here, this is absolutely worth it. And it is not expensive. Guys, tell me how many pages again?
148. 144 with 4 page covers for cover pages.
All right. 144, and you even get covers.
Yeah.
We'll throw it in.
Come on.
Throw it in, yeah.
We'll put them in there.
Who could ask for anything more? $30. $30. But wait, if I remember correctly, there's an early bird for $28, which is what I got. $28. How long's the early bird lasting, folks?
until the 8th, March 8th.
Oh, nice.
That is frankly way too long for as far as I'm
awesome, though.
concerned.
Good.
You guys are way too kind.
But you
Beautiful
get
stuff.
a free bookmark with it
Yeah.
and a
Oh,
sticker.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. So you get a witch
Oh,
book.
I want the one cooking friends.
Excuse me.
Yeah, $28 folks. And there's only 20 left out of 25 on that. You've got your digitals, right? You've got now me, I'm a physical person. I like to hold the book, I like to turn the pages, feel it. But I happen to have this book digital, or an early version of it, a galley of it. And folks, it reads beautifully on digital as well. But obviously, you should spend as much money as possible. So for $35, you get the digital print and digital coven. But there's something that really grabbed me. Look at this. Art Coven. Can you tell me, Sterling, a bit about the Art Coven?
Yeah, that is all of our printed products together. So you get the printed book and the PDF, but you also get all 3 bookmarks, both prints, the one that I drew and the one that Victor drew, and you also get the sticker, the logo sticker. So it's everything, and it's a really good deal.
You're saying I could get that Mothman painted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ha. And then we have, in this, as a writer, I really zeroed in on this. William, can you tell me something about the Writers Coven?
Yeah, the Writers Coven, you get a couple of rounds of reviews for a script that you submit, and our editing team will take a look at it and give you feedback on it. And you also get a PDF and the printed anthology with it. So, yeah.
Terrific. And then we've got the Commission Coven tier, where
Yeah.
you will one piece of original art by Sterling Martin or William Montalvo. Now, this is very important to me. If I get that, can I get Tom Lynott to letter it? Like I throw some dialogue your way. You show me the image. I come up with some ridiculous dialogue. Can I get Tom Lynott to letter it?
I
know
think we can
Tom.
volunteer Tom to do that.
Absolutely. No problem. No problem.
All right. 'Cause Tom, what was it like how many stories did you letter on this book?
So I believe I have 4. My own. Yeah. So these were all of the books that all of the stories that I lettered were all from Comic Jam creators. And these were stories that we had put together for an anthology that the Comic Jam was going to try and put together. The one that you wrote Dragging Aggie for.
Dragon Aggie, which is volume 4 of Containment Breach.
Yep.
The very first story in the book, Dragging Aggie, when a young man dragging his dead mother across New Orleans.
Super cool story. Yeah, so those were 4 stories that I had lettered, including Texarkana there with the story that I wrote and worked with Gabe on. And I was very happy that I was able to find a home for these 4 stories with this anthology. So that was kind of sorry.
Did you get to letter on any other stories as well?
I don't think so. No, I didn't.
Backing now looks great. Hi guys, Mr. Voxus. Sterling, William, how was it working with Tom? Would you work with him again, or do you want to warn us to stay away?
Honestly, pretty awesome. I mean, Tom brought a lot of people to the team. And we'd already kind of worked with Tom. Tom, you worked on the Cosmic Journeys as well, right?
Yeah. So, I did quite a bit of work, and I did the interior pages on that too, on the Cosmic Journeys book that we put together. I believe it was Mike that put these interiors together, correct?
Most of the design, the layout was done by Tyler Brown.
Okay.
And then Mike and Tyler kind of worked together a lot because Mike had a lot of ideas about how to structure the flow and the stories. So it was kind of a team effort by them too.
They did. They did a stunning job. I absolutely love, the layout, everything, the interior pages, everything about this anthology art. It's top notch for sure.
Look at what we've got on the screen right now. This could have come out of a 70s or 80s Marvel magazine. that caption, yellow caption box on the bottom, the start of the feel of the art. It could be Werewolf by Moon by Night, or it could be a horror story. It's fantastic. It grabs this era in comics, and I love that this book is this. To me, this is how you put together an anthology. It's how we do it. I want every story to be a completely different experience, but I want it to flow from one to the next so you don't feel like you're broken up, like you're, okay, cool, this is cool. Oh, it's different and this is cool. And I look through this book, I read this book, and you guys absolutely did that. And every time I look at different images, it's a whole other thing. Each time you got Claudio Gerardo in here as well. Oh, he did the the Purple Church. Okay.
Yep.
Claudio and I are working on a Lovecraftian story right now with the great Tom Lynott. So, folks, this is oh, by the way, the Mr. Voxus is the Frog King, Aaron Brown. Welcome, sir. So, guys, this is exciting. You're already rocking and rolling on this campaign. And you are up to $670 now in your first few hours open. Folks, there's 29 days to go, but you don't want to wait that long. When you watch this, if you're watching it now, back it. When you watch this, back it. What's next for you gentlemen? All three of you. William, we'll start with you.
All right. Well, we're gonna see, how this project does, and then maybe think about if we do like another anthology, or that's kind of might be in a discussion in the future. I'm also working on a few projects this year. I'm working on Desperado Delver with Brett Simon, who did that piece that you just looked at right now. He's a writer of Killing Moon, and I also and I have another issue of sort of a long-running series that I've been working on, Aria Cyberpunk Mystery, that we're probably doing this year if I get the script soon. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm working on.
That's great. So you're doing this. You're working your way through it. Brett Simon is an incredible writer, and I see that you guys what a talented combination that is. Keep in mind, if you want to talk about any of this on the show, all of it sounds great to me. And when you do that next anthology, somebody let me know, because I can write something that'll make sure you go for the R rating.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Sterling, what do you got next? What's next in the hopper?
Well, I've had a series that I've been wanting to do of my own short stories, and this would be one of them that's in this anthology, because I want to do a series that's all cryptid, paranormal related. Mostly cryptid. So this was the Mothman story. I've got a Bigfoot story that these guys probably read in the short class that we did. I've got an alien story. I want to do a skinwalker one next. So I want to put it all together into one collection eventually, and then move on to writing my big story. That's kind of the long-term goal.
Volume 4 of Containment Breach. James Lyons did his... I wrote it. We did a riff on werewolves versus skinwalkers.
Oh, nice.
And James knocked it out of the park. Absolutely. One of the most bloody stories in the book. Unfortunately, we are out of print 1 of Monsters, Beasts, and Bastards, volume 4 of Containment Breach. Volume 3 is the one, folks, I said is on sale tonight. And as soon as we get volume 4 back in for print number 2, we'll let you know. I love all the stuff. I love this mythos, cryptid mythos. I think it's so much fun to play with that. I wrote a short film years ago that I've been wanting. That's a Bigfoot story that I've been wanting to turn into a comic. And it's so much fun to play with these myths and see what you can do with them. Of course, our friend Casey Allen and Dan Price have Bigfoot Knows Karate. Thank you, and it's got a Cthulhu villain in it. It's a terrific series if you haven't checked it out. Let's see what we got here. When you make an anthology, is it standard that the artists still have rights to use their work? Just curious. The poetry world is annoying about that. Oh, what do you guys say?
The way that we did it, the first anthology and this one, is to give the creators basically as much control as possible. They let us use the stories in the anthology, and then after a period of time, it reverts completely back to them. and that made everyone comfortable with like letting us publish. And I think it produces really good work, and people get really pumped about it. But I don't know if it's standard. I've seen other deals where like the company owns the anthology and owns the work, and yeah, they pay you basically work for hire almost. So
we do it the same way you do it, because I don't want to scare somebody off from using. Well, first of all, I don't want to take anything from anybody. But you know, if you have you write a script and you publish it, it gets made, and then you're like, holy crap, I could write 15 more scripts about that character. You imagine somebody else owns it. That's heartbreaking. So we all rights stay with the creators, and we just get to have it for a period of time. It's the same way you guys do it. Tom,
Sure.
what is next for you? What are you working on, sir?
I currently have 3 anthologies on Kickstarter right now, or at least 3 anthologies are on Kickstarter right now that I have stories in. I'm blown away by this. My 2026 is zooming for me. It's great. I have this one, obviously. I have another one with Oneshi Press. Jack Von Tomei and I wrote a story. Excuse me, did I say Von?
Dan Tomei. You made him a baron, which I love.
That's terrible. All right. Anyway, you know, Jack. I'm going to just say Jack. Anyway, Jack and I worked on a story for Oneshi Press a couple of years ago, made it into their anthology last year. We did another one, and they accepted this story. So they are, where are we? That one's either running right now or it's really close to coming to, I don't remember what the status is on that one, to be honest with you. But I have a story in Warden Comics. Claudio Gerardo and I worked on a story a couple of years ago for them, and they accepted yet another story from Claudio and I. And this one I think is way cooler than the first one we did. I'm super excited about this. It's Warden Comics. That's the name of the publishing company. And forgot the name of the anthology. It's Cthulhu-based stories, basically. It's really cool. Dreamscapes.
Dreamlands.
It's called Dreamscapes.
Dreamlands.
Yeah, that'll work too. That's it. Golly, see, I'm terrible at promoting shit, aren't I?
And you've got Dagon Jr. in that.
I'm telling you right now, I really dig this story.
Oh
I
my
think
God,
it turned out
so good,
really
folks.
cool.
I read it. I love it.
Good.
Tom's got a wild imagination. And the other thing I know about Tom, or I figured out about Tom, is he's one of these guys like my father who has done everything. Like you mentioned a job to my father, and I'm realizing it's the same thing with Tom. This guy did that for a while in the 70s. Oh, I did that for a while. And Tom describes fishing boats and the process of netting and processing fish in a way that I was like, this guy either spent 70 hours on YouTube or has worked on, and I know Tom, and I'm like, I knew the answer was he worked on a fishing boat.
So what you're saying is your dad was chock full of arthritis by the time he hit 50. Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
His hands are all gnarled, and yeah.
Actually, he's so far avoided arthritis, and it's when you get anthrax and arthritis.
I got anthrax a couple of times too. You get over it though. Don't worry. It's all good.
You mad cow, you.
Exactly.
Folks, this is so cool, this book. It's in the chat. Check out Kickstarter, Blood Coven Moon Magic. Is there anything you guys want to say before we wrap up? Not if you microwave your mail, Sabina says.
Well, I want to thank you for having us, and also, want to thank the whole team that worked on the anthology. I feel like everyone worked really hard, especially Mike and Tyler, and especially Sterling for this last bit with the financials and setting up the Kickstarter page. I think he just really knocked it out of the park, and I'm just really happy with it.
We're done before we say I knocked it out of the park.
Well, no, yeah, man, okay, let's wait till we're done. But so far, I'm really happy with the job everyone put in. So.
Oh yeah. Now you should see some of Sterling's messages on Slack. I mean, they're like, "Okay, guys, I need you to read all this, stuff." And holy monkey, it's crazy amount of information. You're just sitting there going, "Shit." Well, I'll read a third of it now.
It's working because you guys are at 800 now with 20 backers.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it's
All right.
yeah,
Nice.
hell yeah. Yep. We got a bunch of people here that are backing. I love it. Mark says confirmed. Christian's dad has sold ice to Inuits. That's probably accurate. Sterling, anything you want to share before you go? Say, announce.
Just thank you to the whole group. Everybody put in such great work, and everything just looks beautiful. Like there's so much great art and writing and just clever ideas. And thank you for having us on the podcast. It's really helpful to get us out there. Oh, I do know what I wanted to mention, the stretch goals. We have 2 stretch goals. One, if we hit 3,000, we will have a witches sticker, a 4x4 witches sticker. So it'll have all 3 witches on them. And the 4,000 will add a 10-page story by Brett
Simon.
Yes.
Yep.
So we really want to hit that goal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tom, you lettering that?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not going to confirm nor deny. How about that?
Well, you should. You should letter.
I'll talk to Brett about it.
The world needs more Tom Lynott. And Tom, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight with these fine gentlemen.
Exactly. These guys over here.
I forgot to put in the chat earlier the link, side note, very related to the horror anthology, to the amazing ski t-shirt Etsy shop from Kieran Colleran. And definitely check that out and get yourself some badass t-shirts. But what I'm going to put back in the chat right now is also the Kickstarter for Blood Coven. In case you're lazy and you don't want to scroll up, Blood Coven Moon Magic. This is really cool. I backed it the minute I got the email that it was up. I think you guys should too. It is so much bang for your buck. 148 pages, and you even get covers. You want this book, folks.
Exactly.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the show. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Folks, thank you for watching. If you're watching this later, thank you for watching. Make sure you back this Kickstarter. And I'm Christian DeMatteo. We are Fugitive Poems, and we make comics.